Hello, and thanks for joining me for another mindful moment. Today, I'd like to talk to you about our thoughts. There's a big difference between thoughts that arise and conscious thinking, thoughts that I choose to have. Most of us don't even realize we have a choice. Thoughts arise and we're just hooked by them. I get upset about this. I'm worried about that. I'm desiring this. Boy, I'd really love for this to happen. Thoughts that just arise in our mind dependent upon the situation we're in or what we're doing or what someone says, we become reactive. Our thoughts arise in dependence upon who we're with, what we're doing, what's arising. This is just our normal state of being as we engage in our daily lives. Something happens, we think, oh my, that's a terrible thing, or oh, what a wonderful thing, or boy, they're very irresponsible, or wow, they're so funny. So these thoughts arise in dependence upon what's happening. And as they arise, we just tend to go along with them as if we don't have a choice. And this is where mindfulness is so powerful. It becomes what we call a superpower in a sense, the ability to choose one thought over another. Is every thought that arises in our day a healthy thought, a beneficial thought? Are some healthier than others? Are some more accurate than others? I see someone and I may just see how they're dressed and immediately, place a label on what kind of person that is just based on how they're dressed. I don't know them at all, but I'm already bringing a bias into my interaction or thought about them. Just reactive thinking, the way that we just fill in the blanks and just go along with what arises. Mindfulness allows us the opportunity to be aware of thoughts as they arise and notice, is this a healthy or unhealthy thought? A lot of people talk about mindfulness in this sort of non-judgmental way. And that's an absolute beneficial quality in the sense of when I'm doing a mindfulness meditation, thoughts that arise, not judging good or bad, healthy, unhealthy. But as we engage in our daily life, to be mindful is to have wisdom and clarity around the thoughts that arise so that I can either choose to go along with that thought or let that thought fall to the wayside and replace it with a healthier thought. So what's this mean in real life? For example, I just read about a friend who, posted a very difficult flight, coming back from Europe. And, 27 hours, flights were delayed. I missed this flight. This horrific event that he's describing. And how terrible it was during the whole process. And somebody posted a comment, would you like some cheese with that wine? And when you think about this, well, here's someone who, yeah, is having a challenging process of getting home from Europe. And if I'm attending to how I think the flights should have gone and how inconvenient this is, boy, that's going to be a pretty miserable experience. And it's going to be filled with a lot of frustration and anxiety. But if I were to attend to the fact that I just had this wonderful trip to Europe, that I actually have the resources to fly home, that I have a home to go to, and he noted that when he gets home, he's going to be able to go to sleep with his lovely wife and see his dog. What a joy. So what am I attending to? Am I attending to how I think flights should be, as though flights should always be on time, or am I attending to thoughts that may be replaced? I can actually consciously replace them with, I'm alive, I'm safe, I have my feet and arms and hands, all my limbs. I have food and resources. I get to travel to Europe. I have a wife. I get to travel. Wow, what an opportunity. And yes, there are inconveniences that come with travel, but what an amazing gift it is. So today, I would like to inspire you to recognize the idea that you have the ability to have conscious thoughts over unconscious thoughts. Unconscious thoughts arise on their own. Conscious thoughts are ones that I'm choosing to have. And I can choose to have healthier ones that are based in reality as opposed to just reactive ones that may or may not be based in reality, may or may not be beneficial. And I don't need to be hooked by them. I don't need to be absorbed by them. And so one tool that I would encourage you to try today is to pick a particular thought that you would like to bring to mind on purpose today, throughout the day. It might be that I would like to be more patient today. And set some times to consciously bring that thought. I'm working on being patient today. If that's your thought, maybe it's to be a little kinder, whatever that is for you, to pick a conscious, healthy thought that you would like to nurture today and bring it to mind on purpose, consciously. Set a few times a day to check in. We talked about that in one of our previous mindful moments about checking in. But on purpose, bring to mind a thought that you know to be healthy and beneficial that you would like to nourish. And in doing so, you'll consciously be able to bring that to mind a few times throughout the day and see how that has an impact on your day. We do not need to be a prisoner of our thoughts. We actually have choice if we develop that choice. Thanks so much for joining me for another mindful moment. May be well and have a conscious day today.